Hey, what's up, everybody? In this video, it's been a minute. We've talked Lions. We want to talk Lions, Chris, and we got 3 reasons why the Lions not only are going to be good, but also fun to watch this year. And Chris, you've been thinking about this a lot. We've been throwing out Pistons content, but hit the people with what you think. Give me a reason. So let's start with one reason. Your third reason you think the Lions will be good this year. Give me it.
Yeah, I think a big area that we can really improve just our entire team is our D line. We've invested heavily in our D line, and our
Sure.
defense as a whole not good. But we went through a lot of injuries. We've added so anyway. If you can get that D line playing well, that makes the linebackers who aren't that great better, the
Sure.
secondary not that great better, and then just defensively we can just be better with our offensive line or defensive line. So let me show you this real quick, Craig. This
Okay.
was our D line in 2020.
Oh,
So you
you
had
went back old school, D-line. Okay. All
Aquara.
right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Disagreed.
Disagree. Get out of here. Okay, it was shoot, my drum roll moment. So anyway, point is it was horrible. And so we couldn't get pressure. We haven't gotten pressure in 10 years. So
Yeah.
now we have an opportunity. We get pressure, makes everything better. And now we know we have an offense that can do something. So Craig, the defensive line, we've invested heavily in that. That is a reason that we're going to be so much better this year. We're going to get a little bit of pressure, take pressure off the defensive
Sure.
or off linebackers, and then off the secondary as well.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm going to agree with that. And I think like we put out a video where you were talking about Levi Onwuzurike and kind of the body transformation he went through. He was hurt for the majority of last year. It was hard for him. So I think that's going to be a big bonus is getting him fully healthy. Lee McNeil showed really good signs in what he was doing. Then you add Hutch. I mean, like there are some pieces
Still
that
have
are on this
Charles
line.
Harris. Still have Charles
You
Harris.
re-sign Charles Harris. You know, I think all these things are good. I don't know where Okwara is on the recovery, but you have his little brother. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think it could be a strength. And I agree with you. I'm just wondering if the defensive line is good enough where it can carry a defense, but I think we do know that it should at least be a good defensive line. Does that make
Great
sense?
point. Yep, great point. I don't think it can. You're exactly right. And you and I have been saying defensively, we just want to be in that middle third, anywhere in that middle third
Yeah,
of defenses. We
20 or
could.
better.
Oh man, it would be awesome. And it's like I think that defensive line could really make some plays, stop some
Sure.
drives for once in our lifetime. Can you just stop a drive or make the other team have a little stress would be nice.
Well, and I think we've seen a lot of defensive ends produce pretty well year one, haven't
Yeah,
we? I mean, it's not like D tackle where it's almost like you're still in a boy's body playing in the NFL in a man's league. It's defensive ends a little bit differently. It's a little
agree.
different than that, so that's pretty good.
Agree. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. All right, give me your second reason. Second reason why you think the Lions are going to be good and fun to watch. Sacks are
Well,
fun, right?
yeah, gotta go to the wide receivers. What a big difference. And just it's a passing league, it's an offensive league, and we have no wide receivers for last year. And now we
Mhm.
change that room around and you get Chark and you get St. Brown's gonna come back even better. And it's
Yeah.
just like those two guys. Reynolds has now moved from our guy. Like we signed Reynolds, he's the
Yes.
guy
Oh,
to
yeah.
and you've talked about it, like he's a 3 or 4. Perfect. That if he's your 3 or 4 third or fourth wide receiver. Awesome. That
Mhm.
is awesome. We love the depth. And then, yeah, Williams, Jameson Williams coming in. We don't know when I mean,
Yeah, we
realistically,
don't know when it's gonna be
yeah, it'll be a
happening.
few weeks, but man, if you can all of a sudden kind of hang in there, now you're 500 at week 6, and now he's coming back. I mean, we can be
It's
good. I
another
mean, that's
element.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think Reynolds, you want him to be your fourth, but he is now going to be 3. And I think it needs to be addressed. And I think we need to give Brad Holmes credit. Like he completely revamped the wide receiver room.
mm,
And he did it in 2 years. It started with drafting Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? And then he became legit. And then you go out in free agency, you get Chark, and also, then of course you draft Williams. But the thing that we're forgetting, the piece that we're forgetting is Reynolds. Like, he picked him up halfway through last year off waivers, right? Or I mean, like, I think he was dropped by the Titans, and
Titans.
then we picked him up and signed him. And so it's like, okay, look, I understand, but when I look at this wide receiver room, and we've talked about it on this channel before, it was all 4 and 5 wide receivers, guys that are lucky to make the back end of a wide receiver team or rotation. Make the NFL club in a rotation. And now all of a sudden it's like, no, we have 3 guys that are legit 1 or 2 receivers in Chark, St. Brown, and hopefully Williams, right?
Yep.
I mean, I guess we can't say that yet, but all status points to yes. And then our number 4 and 5 guy are actually 4 and 5 guys. Like, this is a complete overhaul, totally different.
And to really start the domino effect, remember, we didn't re-sign Kenny Galladay, and that is just like the greatest move ever, because it's like, that's our only player, we got to get him, but he does not fit today's NFL. He's a big guy, can't create space. You've shown that, you've pointed that out to me. This guy can't get open, and in this league, I mean, yes, you can just throw it up and do those 50-50 balls. I mean, that's just not sustainable. And so we don't pay him. We let him walk. I mean, a huge move by Brad Holmes that at the time was like, I was like, I hate to let a good player go. It's like, we took it down the studs. It's great.
Show me one wide receiver in the last 5 years that has had multiple good years in a row. We'll even go 2 years in a row that doesn't create separation. Like, you're either going to get hurt, because if you're going to take on those collisions without creating separation, you're usually doing it in midair. You're doing it when you're also trying to catch the ball. Like, it is a violent game. Guys like that, you're right, don't fit.
No.
They just don't fit. And like, I don't want them. And Jared Goff isn't a guy who throws to receivers that are covered. That are blanketed. That's not what he does. It's just not his MO. So it didn't fit what Goff was.
That's right.
All right. Number one. One more left. Let's get it.
Number 1, I'm going all in on this guy this year, and that is our guy, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
He's saying the right things. Everyone's saying the right things.
He's going off on Goff.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking,
that's a stupid thing to say.
You got to believe he'll be better, right? You got to believe he's going to be better with a healthy offensive line, way better receivers. Year 2 in this, he knows Dan Campbell, Anthony Lynn. We can talk about him as a guy maybe that got us stuck a little bit. I mean, that's who knows really, but you got a new offensive coordinator. It's just like, Jared Goff, let's go, man. And if he goes, then we go.
Can I say something that's really crazy that people are going to yell and scream and get upset with me and disagree with me on?
Yes.
The talent level, when you look at the running back room, the offensive line, and the wide receivers, would you say that this is a top 10 talent level in those 3 positions in the NFL right now?
Yes.
Same. And that's, it's weird to say, because like, a lot of it is unproven, but there's young talent combined with some veteran leadership on all 3 fronts. So you have Swift as the young talent, and even he's year 3, and Williams. So they're technically both vets at the running back room. You have Penei Sewell, but then you have the middle of the road, Frank Ragnow, who's proven it, but not quite the wily vet yet. And then you have, Taylor Decker.
Yep.
And then in the wide receiver room, it's kind of the same thing. You have the young guy with Brown and Williams. You have a guy who's 5th year in DJ Chark, and then Reynolds in year 6, 7, something like that. So, there's a good mix in everyone, and the older guys have proven they can get it done, and the younger guys are showing that they're already better than the guys who have gotten it done. So it works out for me really, really well.
Oh yeah. And man, that's why it's like, Goff, you legitimately have it. And that's why I think most Lions fans we've seen on the, as we look at comments and different things, is like they really believe in Goff, and they're like, I want him to succeed. And I understand that last year you had no chance. Like, no one's like, oh, Goff sucks.
They figured it out.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting it here. It's like, no one is just like, Goff, you're terrible. It's like, we don't even know. We don't know. That was a very difficult year last year. So excited to see what he can do. And I think that's why we'll be good in 2022.
And we're going to end this video in a second, but first, a little something for you. If Goff was good, and he was good the last 6 weeks of the year, I mean, agreed. He was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad. He was good. He wasn't great by any stretch. He was good. If he was good with Reynolds being his top receiver, arguably for 2 of those weeks, and then St. Brown, and the weapons that he had at his disposal, like, imagine what he would be now.
Oh,
I
that's a
think
great point.
that's all that I'm gonna say. Like, I don't think it gets worse, and if it does, okay, fine. We'll eat some crow, and we'll be
Look for
bad
a
again,
quarterback.
and
Yeah,
we'll
we'll be
draft a
bad.
quarterback.
We'll be bad, and we'll look for another one.
That's right.
Exactly.
It's kind of a lose to win type
Mhm.
of situation, or a win-win. That's all I have to say. So, hey, great video, man. Thanks for throwing that content out there. Those are 3 great reasons. Let us know in the comments below, what are your 3 things? Or is there maybe one thing that we didn't say that you're like, no, the Lions are going to be good, or maybe you think they'll be terrible? Feel free not to leave that comment. But hey, hit that subscribe button below, and we'll see you on the next.